Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Or say it as they say it in Serbia. Mi u vuku, vuk navrata. Speak of the wolf, and the wolf is at the door. Or say it as they say it in France. Quand on parle de loup, on ne voit sa queue. When one speaks of the wolf, one sees its tail. Or say it as they say it in Libya. Öthkarangut ishikinut. Mention the cat, and he will come jumping. Or say it as they say it in Korea. Horangido che malamion onda. Even the tiger will appear when someone speaks of it. Or say it as they say it in Armenia. Shunahishe paidekashe. Speak of the dog and get a stick ready. Or say it as they say it in Greece. Katafoni ke oraidaros. Speak of the donkey. Or say it as they say it in Israel. Metabrim al achamo ve'achamo huba. Speak of the donkey, here the donkey comes. And in Sweden, where I was born, people used to be so afraid of calling the wolf by its proper name that they had the name replaced. Still today in Sweden, instead of saying the name Ulf, used elsewhere in Scandinavia, we say varg. A code name was introduced that wolves supposedly don't understand, so that the damn thing shall not appear every time you call it by name. And here lies precisely the root of the problem. For to call something by name is undeniably to call it forth, to ask it to appear before you. I call the wolf by his secret name, so that he will not hear me calling for him. How can I call something forth in order not to call it forth? It is impossible. Try not to speak of the wolf, and he will stand in your hallway. Try not to think of the wolf, and he will lie in your bedroom. A wolf is like a white bear. Indeed, only the bear can outfox the wolf when it comes to finding new, sly ways of entry into your house. Throughout the entire northern hemisphere, the bear, more than any other creature, has been branded a trespasser. The same story appears again and again among people as far apart as the First Nations of Western Canada and the farmers of 16th century Sweden. It tells of a young woman who is carried off by a bear and has intercourse with him in his home in the forest. After some time, she gives birth to an offspring who looks human on the outside, but whose true heritage all the time threatens to break out into bear-like madness. The reason for this transgressive behavior on part of the bear, this absolute disrespect for the sacrosanctity of the threshold that separates house and forest, man and beast, can be discerned once you discover what code names people have given the bear. In North America, the Penobscot call him grandfather. The Abenaki call him cousin. The Cree call him son of the chief. And the Menominee call him brother. In Siberia, the Kets call him father fur. The Huzels in the Carpathian Mountains call him little uncle. The Sami in northern Sweden call him old papa with a fur garment. And in the rest of Sweden, we say bamsefar, great father. It is as if your entire family on the male side would be a pack of bears. As if your house would be full of furry beasts knocking down porcelain, defecating on the floor, filling your head with deep, sleepy old bear song. But if you didn't want them in the house, then why did you give them such familial, homely names? When you speak of the brown one in the forest, something dark and painful awakens in you, and this terrifies you. Something long lost inside of you walks silent and free through the woods outside the window. So in order to put this inner, outer stranger back to sleep, you stop calling him Bear, and you give him a new name that will not reawake him every time you speak of him. A homely, familial name shall take the strangeness out of him. Grandfather, papa, uncle, cousin, brother and son. You call up the name of every one of your male relatives and ask their names to stand guard against a sleeping stranger. But this action irrevocably makes him a constant guest at your hearth. The new name you give him is a second-order misnomer. You set aim to miss the target, but the misfire misfires and you hit the target right in the bullseye. If he was part of you before, he is now truly yours. From here on, he will walk beside you like a sleepwalker, clinging to your every step. I call the bear grandfather in order not to trace my ancestry back to him.